Did you know that advancement has actually changed over time? Let's talk about that. Hey, ScouterStan. Let's talk a little bit more about advancement. Now, we did a video 3 years ago about advancement teams. This is something that has changed over time. Now I'm gonna actually put the link up there. So if you haven't seen that one already, you can check that one out too. But this one is self-contained, so we're kind of doing some of the updates. That's really what this video is about. The advancement team is a critical part of the unit committee. They're there to make sure that all of the advancements are correctly inputted into whatever you're using. And that has changed too, and we'll get into that also. But this is a critical position that needs to be a team effort. For every 25 scouts that are in a unit, you need at least one advancement team member. Of course, there's a chair that kind of runs all that and makes sure that the reporting back to the committee and the committee chair and so on. So that's very important for all units. Now, this position is a backstage position. It's really, most of the time, that's kind of behind the scenes. There are times when they are interacting scout facing, so they do need to go through that process. Of course, all adults do, but they make sure that they're all background checked and make sure that they have the youth protection training and all of that stuff as a leader, a registered leader of the unit. Now, because it's a backstage position, think of it this way. If the Scoutmaster is continuously barraged with parents, or the Cub Master is continuously having parents asking about advancement, they need to delegate those answers to the advancement team. Those are the people that need to be involved in that. They just have so much on their plate that they need that backup through the committee, through that advancement team, to handle those questions. Now, the advancement team also is responsible to set up the boards of review in a scout troop. A lot of times as they progress to Eagle, they have these boards of review for every rank. This is a great opportunity for the committee to know about what's going on, and the advancement team makes the arrangements to who is going to be on that board of review. Now, if you want more information about boards of review, I have a video and it's right up there. So definitely check that one out. It talks a lot about how that is organized. Now, usually the unit's advancement person is on the committee for or the board rather, that actually goes through the process of approval. So that is very important that they are aware of that, that they organize that, and they are a part of it. It's very important. Now, that is especially true when it comes to Eagle. The Eagle boards of review, of course you need the candidate, that's a given. You need 3 people, and one of them has to be with the district or council. So that is really important. So you definitely need to know what goes on in that process. Now, most of the district advancement people will help you as far as what's going on. You just send them an email or a text or a phone call or something, and then they will fill you in on how that process all works. Don't get overwhelmed. It is far too easy to just think, oh, there's so many moving parts, I'll never get ahead of it. It's not rocket science, we're not blowing anything up, okay? So it is very procedural, okay? Go through the process of actually going through all of that advancement. Don't get overwhelmed. Now, over the years, there has been software developed to help manage a lot of the unit's general advancement needs, reports and different things that they need to keep track of. Now, it is the responsibility for the unit to make sure that all of the advancement is reported. It is the unit's responsibility. Now, in the past, a lot of units would fill out an actual advancement report, a physical piece of paper, and be required to take that in when purchasing all of the different awards to make sure that it has been reported. That was really the cycle there. Now it's a little bit different. In most areas, they don't require that physical piece of paper. They just need to look at your Scoutbook or whatever software you're using to make sure that the data has been reported. Now, Scoutbook is software, internet software, cloud software, that's physically owned by the Boy Scouts of America, by the BSA. They actually own that. They run that and they operate with that. They have their own servers. They have all of the infrastructure there to support that. A good portion of your membership fees is actually paying for that. So if you have other software, that's great, but you're paying 2 times for 2 separate softwares. And here's the kicker. A lot of people don't know it, but whatever software, whatever third-party software you're using, it's reporting in through Scoutbook. So that integration needs to be set up, and it can be very advanced, and sometimes it has hiccups. And that's true on both sides. So you have to have that software set up so that it will transfer in, so that all of your advancement gets into the system. Now here's something that's recent. They have stopped taking the physical advancement form in many councils. They just don't have the people there to type that data in for the unit. They require the unit to do it electronically. They just don't have the infrastructure. This is a non-profit organization, and we don't have a whole lot of people, professionals who get paid doing that stuff that the volunteers are there. They know what's going on, and they could easily type that information in. That is going on where this form, the old form, is no longer being accepted. Now, there are some exclusions from that. Some awards, like the Eagle Scout Award, that is something that they need to retain signatures on, and that is a physical form. They have an application and a physical advancement form. That's all part of the packet that's involved with an Eagle Scout. And while we're on that subject, it's very important that advancement and youth and the adult leaders all understand there's the date that something is earned, not the date that it was awarded. So if you have, if little Billy has earned something on July 10th, but isn't presented until August 10th, that's not the date. You want the July 10th date, okay, when he or she earned it. That's the important part. You have to put those dates down, and those have to match, though, between all of the reporting and everything. You can't really fudge any of those numbers. You got to make sure they're correct. The date is very important, and it's the date that the item is earned, not when it's presented. Now, before we go any further, I do want to invite you to our monthly meeting. It's on the first Sunday of each month, and it's at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So you're more than welcome to join us and ask questions and just have fun. That's one of those wonderful things about that meeting. I also want to thank everybody on Patreon for their continued support of our channel. And our channel members. You can be a channel member. You hit the join button and join up. There's all kinds of badges and emojis and different things. They even get the videos exclusively for themselves, ad-free, which is an added bonus. And then, of course, if you don't want to join in and do a monthly donation, you could always do a one-time donation by hitting the thanks button. So get involved. I really do appreciate all that you do in scouting and here on the channel. Now, there are many different softwares out there for advancement. And one of the questions, Corey actually had a question about LodgeMaster. Now, if you may not be familiar with LodgeMaster. LodgeMaster is software that tracks a lot of the stuff for the Order of the Arrow. And LodgeMaster is used for emailing. It's used to create reports. It is a very vital tool for many chapters and many lodges to use. And that goes into the national database. So it is one of those database things that is driven, and it's not necessarily third party. It is actually something that is sanctioned through the Boy Scouts and Scouts BSA and all of that. It actually has that approval and is encouraged to be used by all lodges. It is great software. Now, log in access to LodgeMaster, which is web-based. It's cloud-based computing, and it's all out there. But in order to get access to that, you have to go through the lodge. Typically, each chapter, the chapter advisor, which is an adult position, will give passwords to the chapter chief. So that chapter can have access to their own information so that they know if they need to call people or they need to email people. That's all done through this system. That database is wonderful. Now, I've actually heard some people say that LodgeMaster is going to integrate into Scoutbook. It's more likely to be the other way, okay? Scoutbook is going to give information and feed that information of arrowmen that have achieved things. That information might be sent over to LodgeMaster instead of LodgeMaster sending it into Scoutbook. It's a different type of system. It's a database, and that, of course, in the end of things, it's all databases. That's true with everything. It's all that interactive, the front end part of it that we see. And that's the incredible part about computing is that database can be moved around and you can use it for different things that can really help out as far as advancement. Now, Corey, to answer your question is that you have to contact your chapter or your lodge for your position with those things that you need access to this. It's not generally given out. A lot of that information is very proprietary. You want to make sure that it's not taken advantage of by bad people. That could be a serious problem. So you have to keep a tight rein on access to that. Now, if you're thinking about going from a third-party software into Scoutbook more, you know that you could try it out. There's a demo. You can actually go. In fact, I will put the link down below. So if you'd like to, in the show description, hit more, and it will come up with a list. And on there is actually a link to the demo. And you You can actually sign into the demo and try out Scoutbook. And this is something that a lot of advancement people just don't know. They're used to a third-party software, and they don't know how easy or what they're going to need to do to get everything moved over into Scoutbook. So this is something that you can do to try that out. Now, please, it is a demo, okay? So it might mess up, it might not work right. So it is a demo thing. Once it's on the system with your data, if it messes up, you can correct it, you can fix it. That's one of those nice things about having something like this. It is something you can do. And if you're with the Order of the Arrow and you have a position like chapter chief or something of that nature, definitely check out the National Order of the Arrow Lodge Master page, and that also is in the description. All the videos that I referred to is actually in the description, so if you missed one, it's down there. There's also up there too. So it stays up there the whole time. But these are things that you can do as an advancement. It is critical that we support our scouts, Cub Scouts in a pack, and scouts in a troop. We need to support their advancement. We don't want to lose any of that stuff. So in that regard, make sure there's a physical blue card. There's a physical form, that there's physical things there so that that data doesn't get lost. It's a great backup. Sometimes, electrical storms and all kinds of problems with internet or what have you. It would be great to have those physical things there and make sure that they're copied and there's more than one copy of it so that it doesn't get lost. So important. We want to make sure that our scouts are happy, and we do so much work for them. And the advancement team, that is a big job, but it's not an impossible job. Anybody can get involved in that, and it is so important that we all pitch in. The adult leaders that are already in the unit, they're going to help, okay? Ask for help. If you're not sure of something, ask for help. This is critical. Remember, a scout is friendly, and the scout law and the scout oath apply to all the adults. Yes, that does. So they're going to be courteous and kind and take their time and make sure that they are helping you. It is critical because the second promise that's in our sign, to help others, that includes you. So if you're lost, don't know what to do, ask somebody. There's somebody in your unit that can help you. So definitely keep working towards the goal of helping America's youth. We're on a mission to change the world, and it's going to be great. These kids are learning so many great things, and you're there. This is a wonderful thing. And I'm so proud of you and so happy that you're in scouting, and especially in the advancement team. We need you. Okay? That's important. So keep up that good hard work, and I'll see you on the trail.